Pacific Central Command is gone. If there's anything left of our fleet, they're out there blind as bats.
I don't think we've seen the worst yet. We need everyone alive and combat ready.
I don't trust her. She's hiding something.
What is your problem? You don't like having a woman in your squad?
I don't have a problem with women. I got a problem with liars!
Hey guys, it's C&NOnline here for another gaming review. Today we're looking back to one of the end of last year's big titles, Battlefield 4 from the guys over at EA. This game was released on the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, PS4 and PC, and our review was carried out with a PS4 copy of the game. Firstly, let's go on to the single player campaign. The campaign takes place 6 years after Battlefield 3 in the year 2020. We should mention we haven't played the previous game in the Battlefield series as of date, so we're talking about the story based upon Battlefield 4 alone. In-game, there are record-time tensions between Russia and the US. At the same time, China is about to be at war with the US, as Admiral Chang is planning to overthrow the Chinese government, while at the same time, gaining Russia's trust. Throughout the campaign, you play as Rucker, who is part of the squad Tombstone, being joined by Sergeant William Dunn, Sergeant Irish, and Pack. As Tombstone is sent on a mission to rescue 3 VIPs, an electromagnetic pulse fries all the electric equipment in the area, causing mass panic and mayhem. So let's move on to the gameplay. Battlefield 4's missions are split into separate levels, where you're tasked to get from point A to B whilst completing a certain task. Unlike other games of its genre though, it's heavily dynamic. From massive chunks of scenery down to small crates for cover, the game world feels entirely realistic as it falls apart within the depths of the war taking place around it. Players of the previous games in the Battlefield series will feel comfortable jumping straight in from the start, though not playing the games previously we didn't find it too hard to jump straight into the action. The HUD, heads-up display for those not in the know, consists of a compass, your ammo stats, minimap and a health meter. Battlefield's minimap represents squad mates as green, allies as blue, and enemies as red. As with most FPSs, you're able to switch weapons with the console's D-pad. Pressing left and right allows changing weapons and tech, whilst up turns off or on red dot sight and down changes between firing modes. We mentioned firing modes. Hitting down on the D-pad allows you to switch between single fire or automatic, giving you more precise control in the middle of battle. Tech, also mentioned earlier, is items such as mines, grenades and so on which are used within battle to give you the advantage. Throughout the campaign, you'll see tech crates scattered around. If you hit square on the PS4 controller, you're able to access them and pick 2 pieces of tech to take with you onto the field. When you walk just nearby a tech crate when already carrying tech, it resupplies the tech to the most possible stored ammo amount. This is also similar with weapons, where weapon crates can be accessed to change weapons and also restore ammo. An excellent feature in Battlefield 4 was the ability to spot targets for your teammates. When you spot enemies, hitting R1 will signal the rest of the players on your team where enemies are and place arrows above their heads. This allows you to send your teammates in to eliminate enemies with ease, and helps to play upon Battlefield 4's realistic war gameplay. Whilst on the gameplay, it may not be revolutionary or anything over the top, but one little feature which made the gameplay just much more fluid and enjoyable was the ability to shoot with your sidearm while you're swimming. This may not seem like anything big, though when you're underwater you'll understand how handy this feature comes into play. You may have thought we'd forgotten, but not in the slightest. Vehicles are a big part of Battlefield 4 and are extremely fun to use throughout the game. Within the game you'll be able to control cars, jets, helicopters and boats, allowing you to traverse specific areas of gameplay with great speed. Many vehicles have the option for your teammates to either hitch a ride or use weaponry to help you get more kills in. Though do be wary, if another player lets go of the wheel, the rest of the team are likely to go down with the vehicle. Battlefield 4's multiplayer is massive, much more than any other FPS I've played in the past. When you're thrown into battle, there are several modes you can choose from, such as Conquest, Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch, Domination and Capture the Flag. If you've heard or played of Battlefield 4 before, you probably know Conquest, one of the more popular modes on the game. The game has 3 playable factions, China, the US and Russia. Remember we said massive? Well, they're up to 64 players in one match. Conquest maps in specific are humongous, and with teams being so big there needs to be a way to help the team play together. Squads help out here drastically, with there being a squad leader and 3 members attached to the squad. While we're not fully sure how it's decided, there is a chance to get promoted to squad leader, allowing you to be in control of the rest of the players, if they cooperate. You have access to vehicles within a few of the multiplayer modes, though it's generally a first come first served basis. As the match progresses and vehicles get destroyed and respawn, you do stand a chance of picking up a vehicle you're looking for, but I'll be honest, it's all down to luck. When online, you are able to send commands to your squad if you're the leader, or statements to aid you in battle if you aren't. The statements vary for different situations, such as I need a ride to I need a medic, allowing your squad mates to come to your aid to ensure the battle is won. As noobs to the series, the ability to use a parachute to break your fall was brilliant to use. After several attempts at pulling the parachute too early or too late, we got used to deploying the parachute to aid us instead of getting shot in the air or cracking our legs on the ground at high speed. There are a ton of upgrades in multiplayer, from tech to weapons and accessories. You're able to customise your loadouts and look to suit your gameplay style. As you'd expect, to obtain upgrades and your unlockables, you'll have to gain experience and rise through the ranks. We managed to fly through the first few ranks pretty quickly, though as you can imagine, after about level 6, that starts to slow down. So a lot of gameplay is needed to get all the different unlockables. From the game time we had on the PS4 copy, the community are extremely fun to play with players cooperating and working as a team effectively to complete their objectives and win the match. Of course, we did have the odd match where players wouldn't cooperate, though this is pretty rare, with every match, win or lose, being enjoyable. Graphically, Battlefield 4 looks stunning. Everything from the scenery right down to the firing of the gun look extremely realistic, and the next generation consoles help to push it that little bit further than the previous consoles were able to. If you're able to pick up this game on a PC, Xbox One or PS4, make sure you do, as your experience of Battlefield 4 will be much, much riper. So let's move on to the positives and negatives. Positives: the spot target feature is a really good teamwork strategy command. It's got an excellent story with dynamic and realistic environments. Variety of vehicles to be used within the campaign and multiplayer modes is there. A great online community and a ton of fun multiplayer modes. Negatives: some maps felt too big. You'd find yourself running with little enemies for a fair while. So overall, as our first Battlefield game, Battlefield 4 is a brilliant entry to the Battlefield series. It really does stand out from other FPSs I've played in the past, and for these reasons alone, Battlefield 4 gets a CNN score of 5 out of 5. Thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to leave comments down below and make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions on Battlefield 4, please do leave comments in the description. We'll get straight back to you. We'll see you guys in the next video. This is C&NOnline, signing off.
You're a target, like us.
Fuck off of me! Come on!